Watoto wataenjoy matunda yake. Asante. Ya zambarau, ya rangi ya zambarau pia. Yes. Tushikie mti. Shika mti. Nzuri kabisa.
Jina la Baba na Mwana na Roho Mtakatifu.
Amina.
Basi tumpe makofi mgeni wetu wa heshima.
The value of ecosystem and restoration as we adopted the effects of climate change through building synergies among stakeholders involved in rangeland restoration initiatives and efforts. The main objectives of this event is to conduct a tree growing initiative as a joint venture between the county government of Tharaka, Nithi, the State Department for Livestock Development, the Twende project, IUCN, KEFRI, KFS, NMDA, the community and other stakeholders. This echoes well with our team, tree growing for rehabilitation of degraded rangelands for healthy environment and improved livelihoods towards attaining 30% tree cover ni wajibu wetu. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now a globally known fact that climate change is here with us, and its devastating effects are being felt more adversely in the rangelands. For this reason, the recently concluded COP27, which was held in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, came up with global climate actions that resulted to, among other outcomes, limit the global average temperatures temperatures increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius in order to avoid the worst impacts of climate change. Achieving this requires unprecedented cooperation across all sectors in the society and the economy. For this reason, addressing the adaptation gap and strengthening resilience to become the foundation of sustainable development pathways requires implementation in a manner that builds non-party stakeholders' contributions to address loss and damage through equitable, holistic, and collaborative efforts. And I'm happy that this initiative is already addressing some of these concerns. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Kenya is committed to land restoration and has therefore made several international, regional, and national restoration targets and commitments. These international commitments include the Pond Challenge, the New York Declaration on Forests, the Aichi Target 15 of the Convention on Biological Diversity, CBD, the UN United Nations Framework Convention for Climate Change, the Glasgow Declaration on Forests and Land Use, Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration 2021-2030. On a regional level, the country has committed to restore 5.1 million hectares of degraded land by 2030 under the African Forest Restoration Initiative, AFRI-00, which will ensure that it meets the country's Pond Challenge commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware that the government has committed to ensure that the country has 30% tree cover by 2050 and to reduce 50% of greenhouse gases emissions from the forest sector by 2030 as part of the updated nationally determined contribution NDC to climate change. Most recently, ladies and gentlemen, we can recall that His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, in his 2022 Mashujaa Day speech, mentioned the 10 counties which, with the lowest forest cover, come from the rangelands. He further emphasized that the government will spearhead transformation of forestry and rangeland rehabilitation to support greening of Kenya in order to combat climate change. To this end, he mentioned the designing of a special presidential forestry and rangeland restoration program, which was in its final stages. His Excellency finally issued a presidential directive to plan 5 billion trees in the next 5 years and an additional 10 billion by 2032. I think this 2032 is when he will be retiring. As partners in, that is not in written, that is my observation. As partners in rangeland restoration, we can leverage on this momentum to build the synergies towards attracting resources to contribute towards this achievement. I'm aware the Forest and Landscape Restoration Implementation Plan 2022-2027 was developed as a result to ensure that the government meets all these commitments. And it aims to accelerate actions to restore deforested and degraded landscapes for resilient socioeconomic development, improve the ecological functioning, and contribute to the realization of the national aspirations and international obligations. Colleagues, agricultural landscapes or croplands and rangelands restoration offer a big opportunity in the achievement of Kenya's restoration targets. An assessment of restoration opportunities in the country showed that croplands and rangelands had a restoration potential of 7.6 million hectares and 25.7 million hectares respectively. These targets to restore cropland and rangelands have therefore been set at 2.1 million hectares and 1.9 million hectares by 2030 respectively. The Twende project, the State Department for Livestock, the county government of Tharaka, Nithi, and all stakeholders gathered here have risen to the occasion to claim their role in contributing to these commitments by planting and nurturing over 9,300 trees as a drive towards restoration of 500,000 hectares of degraded rangelands. So today we are planted 1,000 trees, but we shall issue to you to take to the villages, to your homes and other counties, some 8,800 seedlings. This was contributed as follows. 6,000 was bought from our department through the Twende program. 1,000 is a donation from 1,500 is a donation from Gefri. 1,500 is a donation from Tharaka. And I wanted to acknowledge the CEO, the director. Tharaka was supposed to be here, but he has asked for apologies. He is late. Hopefully, he will join us. ICRAF gave us another 300 pieces, so total of 9,300 to become a coffee hour. As I conclude, I must state that we are grateful to His Excellency the Governor of Tharaka, Nithi, for agreeing to host this initiative. The development partners whose efforts have led to this journey, particularly STL, IUCN, Tharaka Nithi County Government, Gefri, Tharaka, World Agroforestry Center, that is ICRAF, NDMA, and other partners by bringing together and linking multiple dimensions and efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, with those remarks, I don't want to call it few because I think, you know, these speeches you are told to write, it has been written, even they say few when it is not few. So, with those remarks, I have just intentionally avoided the word few. With those remarks, allow me now to take this opportunity to appreciate the efforts of the students, teachers, Twende, pastoral fields schools, that is PFS, the local community and the administration for making this day a success. Thank you. That is hiyo ni hotuba ya PS yetu ambayo angependelea kuwa na sisi, lakini kwa sababu ya kazi zingine za serikali ameenda nje ya ayuko na sisi. Ofisa ameuliza Twende ni nini? Twende ni hiyo vile unaona hapa. Towards ending drought emergencies. We want the droughts to be normal, anticipating, knowing there will be a drought. That is the intention of this program. So this towards ending drought emergencies. We just don't want it. We want the drought to be a normal thing, but doesn't look like emergency. It gets you kama uko na maji yako, It gets you kama umeuza ng'ombe yako kiasi. It gets you kama umeanza kutafuta soko. It gets you kama umechenga hiyo apatua. It gets you kama umeuza kwa KMC. I will ask somebody from KMC later to answer the last part of it. So I think that is it. Now, officer she talked about government services. Yule mwananchi ana viatu ajuangi kama hii ni ya kasi ya chief ama ni ya governor ama ni ya OCS ama ni ya nani. Hata mwananchi wa kawaida ajuangi kama Ministry of Health Services has been devolved. Yakienda tuko akose dawa anaweza laumu hata chief. Na chief ajui dawa inanunuliwa wapi. Mwananchi akikosa security unaona hata maandamano kwenda kwa governor. Manake mwananchi as far as they are concerned they want the services from government. That's why it is all the constitution we talked about 2 levels of government, singine ifanywe na hapa ili iwe apite vision. It is not a question of competition, it is not a question of what. So we are encouraging officers to do as many consultations as possible. As many consultations. In my office I always call Governor ya West Pokot. We are about to do ABCD. Can you send us a relevant officer to join us in this committee? From there together implement inakuwa so easy. Entry point inakuwa easy. Hakuna mtu anasema sijui. So I think that is what we are talking about. So mimi nataka watu watwende kwa sababu hatutaki miti moja ikufe kwa ile ya 1000. Nataka hawa watu watwende place na watu wake watengeneze katas mzuri ile ambaye sasa maji yote inaingia hapo ili hiyo maji tumiwe kuwater hiyo trees. Sio una uwezo ya kufanya. Personally, I admire this place. I come from a similar background huko Baringo. Na background kama hii inakuwa mzuri kwa mbuzi. In fact hata nimeuliza jamaa yangu huko nyuma anaitwa Padri Ngirishu kama naweza kupata kitu. Kakitu, unajua kakitu hiyo semaanisha kitu kingine. Kama naweza kupata kakitu umumu. Nilipenda sana, niliangalia ile miti nyeku ile hiyo miti ambaye mbuzi na kula. Sasa imeflower. Na maanisha kuna asali na kuna chakula ya mbuzi. Na unajua hiyo baada ya wiki mwezi 3 kutakuwa na ile matunda yake. Na hiyo tena unafanya mbuzi, unakula hiyo mbuzi. Hata daktari akikwambia usikule nyama, unasema hiyo daktari hajaelewa ugonjwa wangu. Manake hiyo nyama inakuwa tamu. So mimi nitaongea na Ngirishu. Unajua ukipata shamba area hii ya 10 ya 20, la Mungu afungulie wewe njia. Pate mama mwingine ambaye anajua kuchunga mbuzi, utakuwa tajiri sana pandi. Mimi roho yangu naona utajiri yangu utatokea hapa. Lakini hiyo tutaongea baadaye. So mimi niliona hiyo na nikasema hii ni nchi ambaye tunaweza kuokoa kwa upanzi wa miti na kwa utunza zile miti ambazo tuko nazo saa hizi. Tukipanda na tutunze. Hiyo naamini tutafanya hata vizuri vile inafanya.